My name is Skidegate of the goddess of the Haida Gwaii clan from Haida Gwaii. Name translation into English is Spirit Dancer of Tanu Village. English name Garrett Russ. I was born in Vanderhoof, British Columbia, which is known as a geographical center. I have lived in every corner of British Columbia, and it has been able to show me insight into how different places work and operate. I moved back to Haida Gwaii to spend more time with family. And with that, I resigned from my career, and I was looking for a very similar career. As industry on island isn't significant, I was working part-time jobs, and I managed to get into a heat pump training course. That's what started my intrigue into the green energy sector. I did self-contracting for the first few months on maintenance, cleaning, diagnostics, and shortly after, Skidegate Band Council hired us as workers for the band, and shortly after is when I took over the position as Climate Action Coordinator. I have been in the role approximately 1 year, and I've been in the green energy sector for now 3 years. My background in sustainable energy was very limited at the beginning. I came from working in an oil and gas sector, working in heavy equipment. I got to see what it's done to the environment, and that encouraged me to get into greener energies when I moved home, as we rely on approximately 80 to 90% diesel currently. The use of fossil fuels for Haida Gwaii in general is substantial on a global front. As of our last numbers, we account for 50% of BC's greenhouse gas emissions per grid and 5% of Canada's. The reason why we have that large of an emission is due to our diesel generators that we're running to power the island. The roots of our people have always been living off the land and ocean, and the more fossil fuels that we use has a greater chance of damaging the environment even further. My goals for Skidegate is to have assessments done on all houses so that we can start implementing retrofitting onto as many houses as we possibly can to reduce our emissions by about 40% by 2035. We have done energy assessments on approximately 80 houses. We're going to be adding to that list with another potential 50 this fall in 2025. With that, we're doing 20 houses this year, and the goal is to do the 130 after all of them within 3 to 4 years. And we are now doing a retrofit on our Heritage Center and Museum with geothermal that was implemented in 2004-2005 when it was placed in the ground. We're going to get that system up and running again, along with adding and completing another possible biomass system as well. I believe a great accomplishment in what I have done is finishing the energy assessment advisor training through ICE, and then being able to implement all of my logistical skills into completing our solar retrofit for the Heritage Center. Going through Indigenous clean energy programs for the area has been a great benefit to our nation. It has allowed us to reach out nationally to contractors, funders, networking that I would never be able to access beforehand. And with that, we are grateful for the teams that have put us together so that we can get these projects moving for a more sustainable future. In the next 10 years, I believe Skidegate will be able to move forward and try to stay ahead of the game in retrofitting and energy efficiency. With the correct teams in place, I believe we can start reducing our emissions by approximately 20 to 30% by 2035, as long as we can keep pushing and getting funding so that we can continue these retrofits, as they're very expensive for the locations in which we're at.